What's up? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at one word, the Vinyl Casket. Where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much, much more. We're doing a review on season 2 of House of the Dragon. I believe 2 years ago, 2022, whenever season 1 came out, I believe I was doing week by week reviews of this, and I might have faded off towards the end. I just don't like that. I don't like episodes coming out each week. I don't like having to do reviews on them. It just doesn't line up with my, with what I'm doing. So when season 2 was coming out, I waited like a couple weeks and then rewatched all of season 1 and then watched into season 2 and watched everything without having to wait. So I'll start this off with saying that I had rated season 1 as a whole, which I don't think I ever did a video on as like an overview, but I gave it a 3.9 out of 5. Going into that, this season I think cooks a little bit more. And you might say I'm wrong or whatever. I know the last episode, the season finale, was kind of lukewarm, basically just served to, I don't know. It basically was like that last episode was an entire recap of where everybody is at the end of the season going into the next season, kind of. That's kind of where it felt like it kind of set where everybody is and what might be next for everybody. It's kind of like what it visually did without like cooking. And I feel like the previous episode, I believe it was 8 episodes this season, and I believe episode 7 was just really, really, really good. Like really good. And I feel like the episode after, like, there were some good moments, but I don't think it did a good enough job to follow up. And that hurt it. But the rest of the season was great. And I think what held me back in season 1 was all the time jumps, all the time skips. Keeping up with that was a little hectic. It was like start and stop with momentums. You build a story, and while the story does continue, the storyline continues. There's still, it stopped there, and then it started 10 years later. So now you're kind of like, oh wait, I got to spend like 10 minutes reeling everything back and understanding who's who now, because now it's a completely different actor here, and this is this person is now old, this person's dead. I got to reconnect it. We never really got time skips in Game of Thrones. Nothing massive like that. So that was a little jarring. This season didn't do that. It was consistent from the end of season 1, where the middle son or whatever gets eaten alive by his freaking uncle. Eaten alive by his uncle's dragon. Wild. And we start off like, I think like 15 days later, something like that. It was very consistent. The whole season was very fluid. It felt good. I loved the pacing. I liked Damon losing his freaking bird, metaphorically, in his brain. I really enjoyed. I like the storylines. I don't want to talk too much about it because there were so many. I like the storylines. I like the flashbacks. I like the whatever he was seeing. I like the drama and the way that so much. There was crazy dragon fights. There was, you thought someone's dead and then they're not dead. People you hope aren't dead are dead. The whole end thing, which is a spoiler, how they find out that they were trying to take people that had like married into the Targaryen like lineage, like their mother's grandmother's grandfather was a Targaryen, so let's see if they can ride the dragons that we have left over, and they would get killed. So then they went after all the bastards, and there was some ongoing storylines. There was 3 weird storylines that we did get continuations of that were really cool to see them lead in, and it we got 3 bastards flying dragons. Sick. Awesome. I love that idea. One of them though, that's like has the second biggest dragon, in my mind is, I guess, is a bastard, but like is very close, and I want them to talk about it more, and they haven't. From what he says in this show, his mother was the sister of the king from the first season. So like he would be cousins with the queen and all the people fighting over everything. And that's like a very direct lineage. And he looks sick. He looks like the dude from The Witcher. Like the character, not, calm down. But I like his aesthetic, and I feel like it's very obvious that they should like touch on that because he is very close in lineage, and I want to know more about him and his because if I want to know more about him. He's cool. Okay, I like it. I don't want to talk too much. Season 2, I gave a 4.3, which is a big step from the 3.9 I gave season 1. I still think the season has the show has room to grow. I still think that this was not a perfect season. Obviously, the ending, the finale shows that. Some of the storylines stretched too long. Some of them were a little convoluted. But they're all pretty good. And, like a show like this is probably going to go on for at least another season. I'm excited, and I can't wait. Get in the comments, guys. Let's talk about it. Remember, this is the Von Casket, home to the lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. Do me a massive favor and stay lame.